Hey friends, welcome back to Irish Acres. It is a beautiful Friday morning and I want to do something a little bit different today, something we've actually never done, which is a product review. Over on Instagram, I mentioned that we were using GPS collars for our Livestock Guardian dogs and my feed blew up. Everybody's interested. What are you using? Is it working? I need this for my dogs. So I'm going to do a review of the GPS collar system that we are using with our Livestock Guardian dogs. So this review is of the Halo dog collar. The Halo, I believe it's called the Halo2 dog collar. Before we get down to the dogs, I'm going to show you. So we actually take the collars off every evening and we charge them in the house. And the dogs spend their evening in with the goats. All right, I just wanted to have two hands to show you how this collar works. Very sturdy collar. It has a little like casing on the outside. These collars are waterproof. And you guys, we are not affiliated with the Halo collar company. They didn't ask us to do this review. We didn't get a discount on our collars. They were quite an investment for our family, but it was something that we felt like we needed to do, and I'll tell you a little bit more why we chose this system. But first I want to just show you the collar. So this is Zelda's collar. We're actually using these right now to keep the dogs separate because Zelda is in heat. So Ziggy has been out at night with his collar on. Zelda has been in with the goats at night, and then we swap them during the day. Ziggy goes in the fence, Zelda stays out. So the collar without its casing looks like this. It'll flash on here a color every once in a while on that little paw print to let you know that it's on and working. There are indicator lights for when it's charging. And so you can wash this. This is pretty filthy. Oh, let me see, that just blinked. So it will blink every once in a while. I don't know if you can see that, to show you that it's on and working. So they have different colors of these cases. We didn't get a different color. We just put a little marking on here so we know which dog collar is which. So I just used a little embroidery thread and put a pink marking on Zelda's so that we don't get their collars confused, because you can control each collar individually. So sometimes we might need to send a warning beep to one dog. You want to make sure they have the right collar on. This is all controlled by an app where we have a map of our land. We can see exactly where our dogs are. The orange dot is Ziggy, the pink dot is Zelda's collar. So you can manage everything from here. You can change your fences. It's actually really cool. Very easy to set up, very easy to use. So the only issues we've had so far with these collars is that occasionally they'll go out of calibration and it'll show that our dog is like way far away when they really are not, which is not a good thing. We've recalibrated them each a few times, but we haven't had to do it for a while. I think it depends on your cell service, the GPS system, etc. So we have our lines set up so that the dogs can't come up here where we are living to the neighbor's house, because they didn't sign up for 2 Livestock Guardian dogs hanging out around their house. We also want to keep the dogs closer to the animals. They would prefer to be with us. So we use these to keep them in their certain areas. I hear Zelda barking. So let's go down. I will show you how the collars work on the dogs and what happens when we get close to a line and how my dogs won't cross it. So actually here's Ziggy. He's down here and you'll see he's not going past this line. He wants to come see me real badly, but he's just hanging out right there because he will get a warning beep if he comes up here. Hi. Hi, you're not crossing the line, huh? You're being a good boy. Is your collar beeping? You're gonna lay down? Good morning, Ziggy. Good morning. You a good boy? You a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. We are using these collars in a couple of ways. So we're using it as perimeter fencing, but we are also using it to keep them away from our poultry. Our dogs are not poultry safe yet. They're still puppies, and oh, you can hear I'm holding Zelda's collar and I just walked down towards the poultry. So that's what the beeping sounds like when that's the warning beep. And then they get a static shock after that warning beep if they continue to go farther. They are not poultry safe yet. They have killed many chickens. That was part of the reason we got these collars, was to keep the dogs away from the poultry. So let me just call Ziggy over here. Ziggy, come here. You'll see. Chickens and ducks are all behind me. He will only go so far. His collar will beep here shortly. So he knows where to stop. I know you want out. You want to get out? I got to put your collar on you. Let's put your collar on you and get you out. You want to play with your friend, but you're in heat. You can't play with him right now. You can't play with him right now. You're in heat. There's no playing for you. You can love each other from across the fence like that. That's all. We paid 600 and something a collar. What are you doing? You silly. And so it was quite an investment. But like I said, it feels like it was worth it. So the dogs are able to have the run of our entire 5 acres with the exception of the poultry area we've fenced off for them. You can make up to 20 different fences. Turn them on, turn them off. You can keep them in things, out of things. It's worked out really well for us. You can't just slap these on your dogs and expect them to work. There is a training process involved and it's somewhat lengthy. Admittedly, we did not do the whole training process, but our dogs were already trained to invisible fence collars. We had one of those perimeter invisible collar things, and although it broke and didn't work a lot of the time, it did train them to know that that beep means they're about to get a static shock. So our training for this was very simple and quick. The other piece of this is we have Polish Tatra sheepdogs. They stick really close to their charges to protect them. So these dogs are not dogs that are prone to wandering. They're not dogs that challenge fences at all. So I do want to say that because I don't know if you had a dog that was more stubborn, that was challenging fences, these may not work. I don't know. But for our dogs, their personalities, our situation with our land being sloped and heavily forested and us just being unable to perimeter fence it, this solution has saved us thousands and thousands of dollars and a lot of headache trying to fence our land. For us, it's been totally worth it. It's been a great investment. Yeah, we've had a couple fails when the calibration went out, but other than that, I think they've worked really, really well. I'm very happy with them. I highly recommend them. If you have dogs that really don't want to roam, and ours really don't. I mean, in all honesty, we're using these to keep them away from us up there and to keep them down where they're supposed to be with the animals. I do know that a lot of breeds are really prone to roaming and they will do whatever they can to get out of a fence and to go be free. So our dogs are not those dogs. We've been really happy with the Halo collar, serving us well, making our life easier, which is what we're all about right now. I will have a link to these collars in the description of this video, and I think that when you purchase one, I think you get a coupon code to give others who want to purchase. So I believe it's $50 off. I will put the $50 off coupon in the description of the video as well for those of you who might be interested. If this is your first time watching our vlog, welcome. I'm Missy, by the way. If you've been with us a while, you know our struggles with trying to find contractors, and we finally found who I think is our golden boy. His name is Jared. He has a really nice partner, Brian, and they are building our shop. Let's go take a peek, see what they're doing up there, show you the progress that's being made on that. I know those of you who have been here watching will appreciate that we actually have things coming out of the ground and some real hope on the horizon to be living on our own land. All right, guys, here it is behind me. Sticks are going in the air. Beams are going across the sticks. Things are happening. We'll update more in the next vlog, but I wanted to show you that there's some serious progress happening, which is really, really exciting. Finally. Good girl. Good girl. You gonna sit? You gonna sit? Good girl. Good sit. Good sit. Bye, Zelda. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a good day. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit. So you can see she's just gonna lay there right at the line of where her collar stops her from coming up. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out for this very quick little review vlog update. I hope you have a blessed weekend. We'll see you next week.